Hi everybody, welcome to another render demo, how to draw video tutorial. I'll be taking you through how to draw a giraffe today. So let's get started. So we are going to start in the center of the page. We're going to draw a small, kind of like a round shape right about here. Now remember, our giraffe has a really tall, long neck and some long legs. So we don't want to make this too big of a shape, okay? And so we'll start off with maybe like a small ellipse form here, and then we're going to slightly change it a little bit. We're going to flatten the front part here, and this part here is going to be a little higher than the back. So our giraffe's going to have its neck coming out to the left and pointing to the left. So we're going to come down with this shape like this, and then we'll come down a little bit flatter, so it's going to flare out towards the right. So these are almost going to be flared kind of like in this direction and that direction. And down here, this will be kind of like the belly area. We'll kind of come up like this, and this will be rounded like that, something like that. All right, the next step, let's draw the legs. So we're going to draw the front leg, and we're going to come down. I'm just going to draw kind of like a guideline right now. So if I take my shape here, it's going to be about 1 and a little bit more, maybe like about 1.5 times that, something like that. Okay, so that's going to be kind of our ground right about here. So off of the front, we're going to come and taper down to right about here, almost halfway. Okay, and back here, we can start right around here. We'll kind of curve this in, and kind of like that's kind of like the elbow. All right, and then from there, we can just go almost straight down. And this will be the hoof down here. So we can have a flat hoof. And then right here, this kind of bends like that. So this will be rounded a little bit. And then this will flare out towards the hoof, something like that. And then for the rear leg, we'll start from the back here, and we'll go to this joint right about here. Okay, so I'm just going to draw a faint line like that, just a guideline, and I'm going to hook this one in like this and come out a little bit more aggressively like that. Okay, and then up here, this hind leg's going to be a little bit stronger, a little bit thicker, so this will be rounded like that, just like that. And then from here, this will kind of do the same thing. We'll come straight down, have a little bit of a bend to it like that. And then the hoof will be kind of flat down here. Okay, something like that. And then right where this line is, I'm just going to adjust this a little bit. We're going to come down to like here. Okay, and then we'll have this kind of like rounded like that. All right, long and spindly legs. Okay, just like that. And then let's add the neck in. So we're going to come to about here. So almost directly above the front leg. I'm going to start about here, and we're going to go slightly to the left, and we're going to come almost the same distance that we have for the leg, a little bit smaller. We'll go up here, and we'll kind of mark that right about here. So we'll start here, and we'll slowly slope the bottom of the neck up like that, a little bit of a bend. And then as you get to the top, we'll curve it back out a little bit like that. And then right here, actually, we'll start over here. So almost halfway, okay, of this shape here, halfway up. We'll start right about here, and this will kind of come up a little bit and have like a little bit of a bend. And then we'll curve the neck like this. And then this one here can extend a little bit higher like that. So now, to complete the head, we will have the head facing to the left. So I'm going to draw kind of like a pointed shape like that. It's almost like a little wedge, but it's not exact perfect point. It has a little bit flat of a snout. And the snout is gonna come down a little bit and up like that. And then over here, this peak up here, this will have kind of like a shape like this. And then there will be the ear, just like that. And then over here, we'll come like this. We'll do that where the eye is going to be. We'll dip it down a bit, and then we'll come and connect like that. And now we can draw the tail. So we'll come up off of the top end here. We'll come down just a tad. And we'll go off to the right, and we'll bend this, and this will just flop kind of straight down, just kind of hang. And we'll go to, we don't want to go past this joint right here. So we kind of point this, we can come back up, and it starts to get a little bit thicker. And then we'll round that just like that. Okay, now we'll draw the legs that are behind in our scene. So these ones are going to be, one's going to be here and one's going to be there. They're not going to be on the same line here because they're on the other side. That means in perspective, they're going to be a little bit higher because they're further back. And we're just going to follow this shape here, and we're just going to try to mirror that. Okay, so we'll go offset just a little bit, just like that, and we'll kind of come down. So there's the front leg that's towards the back. We can't really see. And the back leg, we'll do the same. So we'll come from right about here, and I'm gonna come over like that, and come down just like that. Okay, cool. Now, as you can see, this neck line is a little thin here, and what we did on purpose was we kind of left a little bit of a space for some of the hairs on the back of the neck. So we'll go and we'll draw kind of like this little squiggly line, and this will come all the way to over here. So something like that. And then we can draw the eye. So we'll draw kind of like the eyebrow top part first, and then we can draw kind of like a teardrop shape right there. Okay, we can draw the other ear on the other side, and the other like horn shape right there. And then for the tail, we'll add some, kind of point this a little bit more. The hairs kind of splay out a little bit down here. So we can have a few hairs that kind of do that off of the tail. Okay. And then the last step is we want to add some details in our giraffe's body. So starting from around this area here where the legs are, okay, about halfway up from this distance here. So you kind of come up halfway. That's where all your shapes are going to start from. So we don't want them to extend down here. And then the body will be full of some shapes and all along the neck, and they'll probably stop around here. We won't go into the head. All right, so I'll fast forward as I draw these shapes in. And again, these can all be random, but don't make them too big, okay? And they kind of fit nice and close together. All right, so I will fast forward and be back to color this in. So now I'm going to go ahead and use my ink marker, black ink, and outline the giraffe. So now I'm going to go ahead and color in my giraffe. Use my orange to define the shapes. So there you go, there's how to draw a giraffe in a few simple steps. We colored it in using some orange shapes for the body shapes and a little bit of light gray. And there you go. Hopefully you liked it. Hopefully yours turned out the way ours did. And check out some of our other tutorials. Subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you all next time. Have a good one. Bye.